Hey guys, welcome to the Modest Wallet YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a review of the Motley Fool Stock Advisor stock picking service and actually take you inside of it. This is their most popular subscription service and it is actually designed for long-term investors. Now with that in mind, I'm going to try to do my best to give an honest review of the Motley Fool and actually show you how it works by signing up myself so that you get an almost first-hand experience of what you could expect if you were to sign up as well. Thank you so much for checking out our channel and more specifically this video. If you do get some value from this video, please hit that like button. It does help us out greatly, and if by chance you do decide to sign up for the Motley Fool Stock Advisor subscription, we have a link in the description below and I'll also include it in a pinned comment. Not only that, but I believe you can save 60% off your first year's membership if you do use one of our links. So definitely not a bad deal at all if you think it might be something that could be helpful to you and your investment needs. All right, so just a little background on the Motley Fool. They are a financial and investing advice company based in Virginia. They truly, and I mean truly, have one of the best known names in market research. I'm not just blowing steam here. The Motley Fool is a well-established stock advisory service that offers industry-leading investment guidance to investors. The company has a lengthy track record of impressive returns, and it shares its decades of experience with new traders through a handful of subscription packages. And just so you know, because I definitely want to be very clear here, this is not a brokerage, so if they ever give you a stock that you think you maybe want to invest in, you will have to use another brokerage site or app to actually make that investment. And I also just want to make sure that you know the Stock Advisor is primarily marketed towards new investors or really anyone that wants to reduce the amount of time they spend researching potential stock picks and ideas. All right, so let me actually go ahead and get signed up myself so that you can get that first-hand experience and know what you will get if you do decide to try it out for yourself. All right, so I just clicked on the link to sign up for Stock Advisor, and so it takes me to this page. And as you can see, I'm just going to scroll down slowly. There's a lot of advertising, just basically showing you, their successes and why maybe you should choose Stock Advisor through the Motley Fool. I'll just continue to scroll down. There's a lot. Some testimonials. There it's showing you that price. There's that savings. Normally it is $199, but with that link it will be $89 for the first year that you are using this. So I'll continue to go down. It's backed by their 30-day membership fee, guaranteed. So if up to 30 days you don't really like it, then you can always cancel, as they make sure that they tell you. I'm going to continue scrolling down, and then finally we are getting to select your subscription. We are doing that Stock Advisor 1-year plan. They say it does work out to be, as you can see, $1.71 a week, so really not too bad. I'm not going to show you my login information, but I'm going to go ahead and give all of this information. I'll just scroll down to let you see. They do want a credit card on file so that you will be charged, obviously. You can see they accept each of those payments, and then you'll go down, you'll agree to the Motley Fool's terms, and you'll submit your order. So I'll pick up from there, but I'm going to go ahead and get signed up. All right, so it did take me to an area where I just finished signing up, and now it's trying to kind of customize it for me. So it's asking me, do I have an experience investing in stocks? I'd say, yeah, I am experienced. So go to the next one. As an experienced investor, are you interested in knowing more about our bundled services? I'm going to go ahead and say no. I'm not interested in that. We're just going to continue to go with the subscription that we paid for. Which types of stock recommendations are you most interested in? Higher risk, more volatile, medium risk, lower risk? I'd say medium section would be where I like to be. How frequently do you plan to invest? I typically do monthly investing, so we'd say monthly. Continuing right along, what's your favorite way to consume investing information? Typically, I like video. So I'm going to go ahead and say video. What do you hope to get out of your Motley Fool membership over the next 5 years? I mean, I want to maximize the upside. I want to minimize volatility. I want to generate income. I want to beat the market, and I want to make money. So I'm going to go ahead and say all of those. You're welcome for signing up. Let's see some stock ideas. So that was kind of just like the basic part. When you do sign up, it's going to ask you those questions, which then takes us to this screen. And I'm just going to kind of scroll down a little bit, and we will start to explore the site shortly so that you can see kind of everything. But this is the main page that it takes you to once you are signed up. So one other thing I did want to mention, as I just recently signed up, they did kind of send me a welcome email. And so I'm just scrolling down. Congratulations, you now have access to our flagship service. One thing I find interesting, and they've mentioned this before, but they have these 3 things. Buy your very first Motley Fool stock recommendation today and continually grow your portfolio to at least 25 stocks. Hold these stocks for a minimum of 5 years. Understand that the market historically experiences 20% to 30% declines every 5 years. So I just thought it was interesting that they those are their values, and so they are recommending, I'm noticing already just in signing up, they're recommending those, especially number 2 and 3. They really hold true to those principles, you could say. Another thing that I'm kind of just going to go into is the community tab. The Motley Fool community has been migrated into their new platform, as you can see. And so if you take a look at each of these links below, you can see that all subscribers do get access to the Motley Fool's online discussion board. So I'm probably not supposed to share that information with you in this video, but I just want to let that be known that that is another option where they kind of have created a community of like-minded investors that can come on these discussion boards and talk about stocks. All right, so next what I did was I clicked on this Find Stocks icon, and you can see it brings down a drop down of those 4 things: Best Buys Now, Performance, My Watch List, and Screener. So the Best Buys Now just kind of shows their current favorite investment opportunities to hold for 5 years. Once again, they're stressing that again, that 5 years as part of a diversified portfolio. And I'll just slowly kind of scroll down. As you can see, there's just a list, and there's a foundational stocks. Then they have some ETFs, and so that list does change. So it just gives you kind of a view of how their experts play into this. Also, if you go back up, so that was their top investments to hold for 5 years. Then they kind of can show you the performance of some of these stocks. If we continue to take a look, a nice view of the performance. I'll kind of just go back up, not take too much time on that. If you click on My Watch List, this would be where you would maybe want to keep track of the stocks that you're investing in. I clearly, as you can see, it looks like you aren't watching any stocks yet, so I haven't chosen any stocks to watch and put in my watch list, but that's okay. And then the stock screener. This is where the Motley Fool recommendations from across all your services that hold a conviction rating from their analysts. So these are stocks that is going to look at all the different service avenues through the site, and they're going to list those stocks, obviously, not obviously, but you can see Amazon is at number 1. And so I'll just kind of scroll down, and you can kind of see the list of those stocks, and there's a lot of them. So if I go really far down, you can see there's more than 400 of them. So just another avenue. That's kind of what's under that link, as you can see, where these Find Stock, where this Find Stocks button is. Next, I clicked on the News and Updates button that you can see over here. And basically that's just going to take me to a bunch of articles. And you can see the most recent article was November 21st, so yesterday. Looks like they do a couple articles a day. November 16th, you can see there's a bunch of articles that were written. But this just might be interesting to you, as you can kind of see, maybe you get a more in-depth look at different companies, as I'm seeing a lot of companies' names at the front of those articles. So just another addition or another part of what the Stock Advisor can give you. So I then clicked on this More button and went to Reports, which took me here, and it says looking for a stock featured in our recent Stock Advisor ads. These bonus reports highlight our past coverage of some of our favorite stocks, technologies, and investing themes. So if I scroll down, you can see that there are past reports that they did, and you have full and complete access to those reports with this subscription. So once again, just another little nice feature that they have here for you. I'm going to continue to jump around a little bit, but I did just find a part of this site that shows you how the Stock Advisor works. And it kind of breaks it down in case you're, like I said, you're still a little confused. They have new recommendations every month. The Stock Advisor team selects 2 stocks as their official recommendations. There's always going to be 10 timely stocks, which is their favorite timely investment opportunities from the hundreds of great ideas we've recommended in Stock Advisor. They have the 10 foundational stocks, companies we believe will strengthen every foolish portfolio. And then they also include those 5 traded funds or ETFs. As foolish investors, we always like a quick dose of instant diversification. We're back to the main screen once again. Just want to go over, I'm trying to cover all my bases here. Just want to go over the right side. As you can see, the Motley Fool investing fundamentals. We've already went over those principles that they recommend. I didn't mention this, the Stock Advisor performance. I think they're pretty proud of this. And it is I think it's pretty impressive without having done the research myself. You can see their gains on their stock picks is up 348%, and the S&P is only up 115. So it's kind of cool to see that, and I'll click on that little dot so you can kind of see where they got that data from. Then I wanted to just go down a little bit further and kind of just share the coming up in Stock Advisor. So tomorrow, new timely stocks, December 1st, they're going to have new recommendations. December 8th, new timely stocks. December 15th, new recommendations. So I would kind of record this screen in the time, but I don't know that that's probably a good idea for me to share too much of this paid service. One more thing that I want to just share with you is their search ticker or keywords. So one stock that I really like is Airbnb. So let's go ahead and put Airbnb in, and I'll click on it. And I think this is actually really, really organized, really neat. So I wanted to take a quick look at it. As you can see, it's very nicely organized. You can see the nice charts, the important data that you might want to know. It just looks like it's all laid out very nicely. And then I can just go down, and you see there's an article, there's analysis, there's recommendations. There's just a ton of information all about Airbnb. So just thought that was nice, a nice view to see that. If there's anything else, if I put in, what's another one? If I put in Amazon, just so you can kind of see one more different stock and what it looks like. You can see that once again, it's nice and organized, and you can kind of see a lot going on with anything related to Amazon. All right, so I have gone through a lot of the site. Now, obviously, there are some things I can't necessarily show you because obviously, once again, this is a paid subscription, and I don't want to get in trouble for showing you too much. But hopefully that provides you with a little bit of what to expect if you do decide to get this subscription. Also, just another thing to mention, remembering you get those emails with those stock picks. I actually had a chance to really go a little deeper into some of those reports, and it is really fascinating, and it's explained in terms that, you know, someone who's not an expert is going to understand, and I'm not claiming to be an expert, so I definitely like the different reports that you can get that explain things in layman's terms, and you kind of get that inside information on what the company's doing. One other thing just to mention, I want to go over a couple of the categories or things that you can expect from this subscription. There's the 2 new stock picks each month. There's the best stock buys now. There's the starter stocks, the community investing resources that we went over, stock advisor performance, we went over that, access to previous stock picks, access to videos and podcasts. You can access your favorites and watch lists and get instant alerts on different stocks that you might have in your watch list. There's stock profiles, there's live video discussions, there's simulator tools, and as I mentioned, you get that email. So hopefully that provided a lot of value to you, and as I always say, you can always drop us a comment in the comment section, ask those questions, and I can do my best to answer them. All right, so I hope this review or look inside the subscription gave you some guidance on what the Motley Fool is all about and what you have access to should you be interested in their subscription plan. Once again, I know I've said this already, you can save quite a bit if you do use our link, so go ahead and use the link down in the description. That will definitely help you out, and it'll take you right to where you can get signed up. So I know that was a lot, but just to kind of recap, just so you can get an overall view of what the Motley Fool actually does and what it is, I did go ahead and get some pros and cons to consider. So as far as pros are concerned, there's the weekly stock recommendations, there's solid historical performance, they offer access to full history of previous picks, you can get text and email stock alerts, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And just like most services, there are some cons, and there were 3 things that really stood out. So the one thing is the frequent upselling of services, so they're always trying to maybe push something more, another subscription or whatever it might be. Not all stock picks are successful. Obviously, we don't have a map of the future, so obviously all their picks aren't going to be good picks. And last, some subscriptions are fairly pricey. I know you get that good deal in the first year, but the price does go up after that. And so it's, with everything else, things get expensive. So that's the other con that I would mention. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if it did provide value to you, and I will see you in the next video.